I see you shiver with anticipation.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
Tuesday nights, Home Team Sports. It's me. It's Big Chris Fant, and it's 2M1L Media here. Thanks for joining us if you're watching this live. If not, watching us on replay, thanks for joining us. Got late breaking news, Chris. NBC picked Jason Garrett to replace Drew Brees on NBC's Football Night in America. Your thoughts on that?
The guy's an idiot. What does he know about sports? He coached a team that he did nothing with. Then he became an assistant coach, which he didn't do anything there.
Right.
What could he put towards talking about football? I mean, I don't understand. Is nobody else available?
I'm with you 1,000%. Out of all the guys they picked Jason Garrett. I mean,
they probably got him cheap.
I wish Anthony was here for this one because Jason Garrett did work for the Giants there for a little bit. So, another thing too that's late breaking is Deshaun Watson talked today. Did you see it?
I didn't see it, but I heard about it. So I'm not really into it. I think we already know he's not going to play this year. So
I don't need to be into it. I just think it's interesting that his lawyers or anybody let him talk at all. He's obviously going to try to say the right thing to try to save his career, but I thought it was interesting that they just let him speak at all as more and more women are coming forward, and it just seems like a dark cloud over Cleveland. I kind of feel bad for Cleveland. I don't feel bad because they were stupid enough to hand him $200 million before he even gets to play, but I feel bad that city as a whole is like a football franchise. It's just one bad decision after another for the past 20, 30 years, whatever it's been.
Yeah, he was just pleading his innocence, said he didn't do what they're accusing him of, and he just wanted to be able to put that out there and be able to say it himself that he didn't do the things he's being accused of.
Right. And then somebody asked him if he had any regrets about his own actual actions. He said, like I said, I never assaulted anyone. I never harassed anyone. I never disrespected anyone. And I never forced anyone to do anything. So,
but it's not one. It's 27.
Okay. Like I said, I'm not here to be on the Deshaun Watson Defense Council. Yeah. I'm just saying that those are his statements. That's the first time he's talked publicly since this whole mess. So, we got better things to talk about. Those were late breaking news stories that popped up just as we came on live here on Home Team Sports. My son, I want to big shout out, Chris, to my son who is traveling. He's out in Chicago checking out the Windy City. He's got a buddy that lives in suburban Chicago, and he flew out there last night, and he's already seen the Science Museum. He drove by Soldier Field. He's going to actually attend a Cubs game on Wednesday night against the Padres, so that's pretty cool. He gets to go to Wrigley Field. Seeing the sights today. So if my son's watching this, I love you, buddy. Shout out. He came on here and hosted Home Team Sports, and he did a really good job. So that's where he is. He's out there in Chicago. Being young and living it up and seeing that's a city I've never been to. You been there, Chris?
Yeah, I was stationed there in the Navy, Great Lakes.
Oh yeah,
Chicago. Yeah, that's where I went to boot camp.
There you go. I've been all around, but Chicago is one of those places that I haven't been. So
it's really the Windy City.
He's there for the week, so he'll be there. So we're gonna briefly mention this because we're gonna mostly talk about the NBA and baseball because that's what that's our wheelhouses though. But we're gonna briefly talk about the fact that the Rangers lost because your wife's a Ranger fan, and we were all kind of pulling for them, and they kind of fell a little short. I don't think that they have nothing to be ashamed of. They were kind of not supposed to be there, like we said last week. And the Lightning are just that damn good. I kind of checked out. I kind of checked out some of the last couple of games there. I definitely checked out the game that they advanced on. Back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. They got an unbelievable defense, a great goalie. They got everything that you need. And they've built it kind of, it's not – Tampa has never really been a big hockey town. It's always been the Detroit Red Wings or the Boston Bruins or whatever. Or the Chicago Blackhawks. It's or the Canadian teams, right? These are two cities that have kind of embraced hockey. Denver obviously is in a place where obviously could embrace hockey. The Avalanche have had Stanley Cup success in the past, but Tampa has embraced this winning championship like culture they got going on right now. And they've had like sellouts almost each and every game for the past 3 seasons. They've sold out almost each and every game, which is amazing because people don't show up, for the Buccaneers or the Tampa Bay Rays. But they show up for these guys. But, hey, kudos to that whole franchise. And I don't know. I want to ask you, but I don't see the Avalanche taking them out. I think they're going to three-peat here. You agree? No?
No, I like the Avalanche. The Avalanche
Do you really?
Yes, the Avalanche are definitely the best offensive team in hockey this year. They're going to put up goals, but can Tampa Bay put up the goals against them? Look at the Avalanche. Look at this. Look at the goals and shots on goal the Avalanche have been putting up.
That's true.
Series. I mean, the only thing
their strength is goal scoring. Their strength is goal scoring. Tampa's strength is defense, though. That's the thing.
Yes,
something's got to give.
Tampa Bay's goaltender is very, very good. Now, do I think they should be in there? No, I think the Rangers should have been in there. The Rangers had their chances. They had the chance to win the game a few times. They had the chance to save the game on a glove save that bounced out of the glove and into a player, into a goal, and they end up losing the game. It was just everything went Tampa Bay's way in the last couple games.
So you heard it here, folks. Right. You heard it here, folks. I'm picking the Lightning to three straight Stanley Cups, and Chris is going with all that goal-scoring force of the Avalanche. So we're going to see what happens. No matter who's in the Stanley Cup, I could not watch one hockey game all year, but I watched the Stanley Cup. So we'll see. Adrian is here. Adrian is here. Do you see him?
I see him.
Hi, Adrian.
First of all, just want to tell you guys it was fantastic coming in on that segment. It was beautiful. One of the things I was watching, and I'm agree with Chris on this, because that guy for the Avalanche, just perfect. Absolutely perfect. I just want you to know that. It's absolutely perfect. What is going on, guys? How y'all doing?
Oh, man. It's been a long time, and I'm glad to see you, and we're glad to see you. And we're going to be talking some NBA Finals, which may or may not be over. I don't know, but I had to mention the Stanley Cup because it's we don't talk hockey much on this show, but it's the when they get to the championship. It's worth mentioning that these two teams, it could go either way. I mean, it could go 6-7 games, I think. Chris, you agree with that? No, 6-7 games?
I mean, it could go 4 games. We don't know. I mean, it's Stanley Cup Finals, man. I'm going to watch pretty much every game.
He brought up the best point. And I'm not a hockey fan. I'm not a huge hockey fan. That's no. But the way the Avalanche has been scored, really,
like bucket loads, like 6 or 7 goals. Like, if even the casual hockey fan knows that most games are like 3-2 or 2-1 or whatever, right? But these guys have been scoring like 5, 6, 7 goals a game.
I'm saying so. The Lightning's a very good defensive team. Don't get me wrong; they're very good defensively. But if you look at some of the clips and the highlights of the Avalanche, the way they swarm and the way they're on the puck, it's insane. So it'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check out if I don't get to see all of them, I'm gonna check out a few of them. I'll definitely watch Game 1 for sure. And Game 1 is Chris and I discovered it's tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is Game 1.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Game
hard.
6. Well, Game 6 of the NBA Finals is the very next is Thursday. So Golden State's up 3-2. I love your thoughts on how things are going so far and where are they going?
Personally, I think for the duration of the playoffs, and not just in the playoffs but all year, Boston has not lost 2 in a row, especially in the playoffs. They have not lost 2 in a row. This is the first time they lost 2 in a row, and it's I don't know whether it's good defense or bad shooting. I think a lot of it has to do with the shot percentages that, these guys are taking. Like, all of a sudden, Tatum has these games where he looks.
He frees up. You froze up for a minute. Tatum has these games is what I heard last. No. I can't hear you.
No.
But I can't hear you. I swear to God, Chris will agree with me. I can't hear you. Now he's muting it, and then he's unmuting.
Can't hear you.
Yeah. What happened was, Adrian, you froze up right when you said Tatum, and then that was it. So try going back out, going back in.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome.
So
awesome.
Tatum, you said Tatum.
Tatum has these games where when he plays, he's an all-star. He's an absolute all-star. But then he has these games to where he kind of disappears and he fades back. So it's left on like guys like Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, if it wasn't for Jaylen Brown, they would not be where they're at in the finals. Period. Jaylen Brown has carried this team since who did they just beat out? They just beat out crap.
You're talking Boston?
Yeah, they just beat out
Milwaukee.
No, it was after Milwaukee. Was it Milwaukee they just beat out?
Eastern Conference Finals? What was the Eastern Conference Finals?
It was
Chris, who did Boston take on in the Eastern Conference?
What the Nets?
The Heat.
Wasn't the
what?
The Heat.
Miami Heat.
The Heat, yeah.
The Heat.
He's been carrying them since the Heat. He's been carrying them since then. Jaylen Brown has kept this team alive. And if it wasn't for Jaylen Brown with the way Tatum has been playing, they would not be in the NBA Finals. Even when Tatum's having an okay game, or even when he's having a good game, Jaylen Brown is like the glue that holds that team together. Steph Curry is always going to be Steph Curry. Like, it's insane watching him play. You cannot stop a guy like that. They tried different defenses. They tried double teaming him. they had some success the last game where they were kind of catching them off screens when they were like rolling two people around on them. You know, you had that block by Williams that got taken all the way down to the other end. But then, you know, they came back and they switched it up again, making sure he was getting not even completely open looks. Like the guy's 40% open and still making 3-point shots.
You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but if Golden State wins, isn't that 4 titles in 8 years?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, that's pretty damn good because dynasties are harder and harder to build these days. Chris, your thoughts on this whole thing right now?
I think Golden State has it right now. I just think the role players are coming in and they're playing like they're starters. I mean, the way Wiggins played last night was unbelievable. I mean, Steph Curry had one of the worst shooting nights of his career. He ended a 232 game non-3-point shooter. He didn't hit a 3 last night. He was 0 for 9.
Wow.
He hit 1 3-pointer last night. I believe he had 16 points. All the other players stepped up. Through this whole series, Steph Curry has been dominant. And now the role players finally took advantage and won the game for him. So if they can do that one or the next 2 games,
it's over.
It's over. The way Boston has been shooting a 3, I think they started out 3 for 16. I mean, it's Boston needs to have their big 3 play as together. Not Tatum scoring 40 and Jalen scoring 10. They each need to score like they did, I believe, in game 4, where they each had 24 to 27 points.
Right.
They moved the ball around. They got it to the best player, the best shot. They moved the ball around. Last night, I don't know what happened to them last night. They were turning the ball over. I think they had like 18 turnovers. It was just sloppy play. They can't play like that against a good shooting team.
It was unbelievable to watch. Like, you see the back and forth that these teams have. Like, this has been one of the best final series that we've had in a while, right? So you see the back and forth, and you see the I guess they call it young mistakes that, you know, teams and championships make. You see that happen a lot with Boston, with a lot of the turnovers and stuff that they're making, and a lot of even the personnel decisions that they make. Like, you know, it's odd. It's very odd. And he brought up a really good point. Steph Curry had one of the worst nights of his career, and they still beat. You know, they still were won by 10 points. It's amazing to watch this because, like, I'm not just I'm a fan of the sport. I love basketball. I'm a huge fan of the sport, and just the way the mindset, the way they're thinking, it's great.
So how does this play out? Who wins? Because Game 6 is in Boston. Does that matter?
No.
Steph Curry can go off for another 43. We don't know. You know.
So you think Golden State wins no matter what?
He might be disappointed the way he played the other day and just come out on fire and hit 7, 8, 9, 10 threes. I just like the way Klay Thompson's playing right now. He started the series slow, and now he's doing really good, averaging like 22, 23 points. He had 7 3-pointers. He's just getting warmed up.
Big Dave is with us. What's up, Big Dave? Big wrestling fan Dave is. We're going to talk a little bit about wrestling tonight. We're going to talk about Jeff Hardy a little bit because and the reason why I'm bringing it up is 2 reasons. 1, Adrian's here, who is a wrestler, so I'd love his opinion on that. But 2, because I am sick and tired of hearing a lot of what I'm hearing on the internet. So, Big Dave, stick around for that. We're going to talk about that. But, guys, who wins? Right now, are you both on Golden State? Because I feel like I am too.
I think Golden State pulls it out.
Boston needs to do something. I mean, they have the ability to win 2 in a row. It's been done before.
They do.
But can they do it? Can they find a way to play together for 2 games like they did in game 1 in the 4th quarter, where they came back from how many points? They played as a team in that 4th quarter.
They were down 20.
Biggest comeback, yes. Can they find a way to play together?
Right. We're going to stick with basketball for one more thing that I saw, and I want your all reaction to it because I love this debate, right? Because it's you know, the LeBron versus Michael debate. Shaq says that it is no debate. And the reason why he says that is he doesn't think LeBron is even the 3rd best player of all time. All right.
Ooh, that's rough.
Yeah. So he was on a show earlier this week. I think it was Monday. I'm pretty sure it was Monday, where he said, and I quote, that I might, and I stress the word might, put LeBron 3rd under Michael and Kobe as the greatest basketball players of all time. Reason being, and then somebody else was there. I forget who was, so I apologize for that. But the other guy was a former basketball player, was saying this, that, and the other thing about LeBron. And Shaq says Michael's got 6 titles. LeBron has how many? 4. And right, and that's probably all he's going to have. So case closed. Do you agree with that? Or do you subscribe to the debate part of it, which is Michael played in a different time? LeBron, you know, the guy, right? So that's where the debate lies right there. It's like it's a different time. Michael played against different stars, all kinds of big, huge names, Hall of Famer guys. Not saying that LeBron hasn't either, but it seems like over LeBron's career, except for that one championship in Cleveland, which I'll give him that one, except for that one, over LeBron's career, it seems like those teams that he won the title with didn't need him; he needed them. Whereas Michael was in Chicago the whole time and won 6 championships and MVP how many damn times and all that stuff. And then people say, well, what about Scottie Pippen and what about Dennis Rodman and yada yada. Okay, fine, but I mean, I've watched Michael play live. I mean, my first ever NBA game was Sixers Bulls back in the early 90s. I forget how old I was. And so I went down to a Sixers game. They were playing the Bulls, and I saw him play. And it was magical. It was magical to see. Not saying LeBron in his prime wasn't, great. I mean, obviously he's great. You're talking about 2 of the top 3 or 4 or 5. You could debate it all day of all time. But I think this debate is ridiculous. You guys agree? No?
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous.
They're definitely 1 and 2. Without a doubt. Now I'm a diehard Kobe fan, a diehard Magic fan. These guys are 1 and 2. You're talking about LeBron probably going to go down the all-time leading scorer, top 1 and 2 in rebounds and assists possibly by the time his career is over. The guy's 37, averaging 30 points a game still. I mean, at 37, Jordan couldn't do that. I mean, the guy is a freak of nature. We all knew that coming out. He was going to be that good. But, I mean, the only thing I don't understand about his career is that he played for too many different teams. You win championships by staying together like the Bulls did and staying with the same team. That's how you win championships. You play together for years. You don't win a title 1 year and then bounce to another team, or win it 2 years and then bounce to another team again. That's the only thing I don't like about LeBron. He played for way too many teams.
My biggest issue is was touched on, and there's been a couple articles out about that, and even Jordan himself said, "Can you imagine me playing now? We're playing back then with the rules they have now. How many points a game I would have? Because you got to think he played in an era where, you know, they were a hell of a lot more physical. There weren't a lot of these diva calls. You literally had to fight for every basket that you got. Like literally had to fight for every basket that you got. There is no comparison when it comes to the athletics of, you know, LeBron James and a lot of people. LeBron James, like you said, it's a freaking nature. The dude is a freight train coming down, you know what I'm saying, the center lane. People step out of the way.
Right.
But do you think LeBron would still be that type of player if he played in the era Jordan did?
I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know.
Exactly.
What would if Shaq played right now with the weak centers we have in the league? He would literally probably score 50, 60 points a game right now.
He would break Wilt's leg. It's like when Wilt Chamberlain played. Nobody knew what the fuck to do. It was like, oh shit. He just stop giving him the ball. Give it to somebody else.
Yeah.
You got half the team covering one person. That's what it would be like.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like I find it hilarious because it's always a measuring stick type of situation, because everybody was like, oh, anytime you have a conversation of a really good basketball player, he wasn't Jordan.
Right.
He wasn't Jordan.
Right.
Anybody. Oh, he's good, but he wasn't Jordan. And Jordan set the bar for basketball. He set the bar for basketball. He will always be the measuring stick, regardless of what you do. But here's the thing. You think Jordan can shoot like Curry? Nope.
No.
Could he dunk like LeBron? Nope.
No.
Hell, Jordan couldn't even dunk like Drexler. So the guy was an all-around all-star. He was just an all-around all-star. You got guys who have these niche abilities. LeBron James is a power forward that can play point guard. And you're seeing the same stuff happen with Luka.
Yeah.
The only difference is Luka's a lot slower.
Right.
Luka was quicker. Oh, there'd be a problem.
So here's a great sports question. I love throwing this at AJ Anthony Joseph, because you know he's the baseball guru around here.
Mm-hmm.
But if Michael is the great one, considered the great one in basketball, and Gretzky is considered the great one in hockey, and Tom Brady is considered the great one in football, who's the great one in baseball?
Oh, man.
That's a toss-up. Right, because, I mean, the first name that pops in your head is Babe Ruth, right? I mean, in a lot of people say that, but, I mean, nowadays, don't you think that he's been trumped? Or you could say Hank Aaron, or, like, I don't know.
I like to go by statistics. I don't like by home runs, this, and this. To me, the best player that I watched for how many years, and he played until he was like 50, whether it was minors or not, is Ricky Henderson. That guy was an unbelievable baseball player.
He was fun. I'm not going to say he wasn't. But the greatest of all time?
The greatest all-around player, whether walks, hits, home runs, steals. He's got records that are going to be untouchable for years to come.
I mean, you can name pitchers too, though, right? I mean, you can name over the years. There's been dominant pitchers over the years.
Like Nolan Ryan.
we consider pitchers the greatest of all time? We usually go
I don't
to
know.
offensive guys. Yes.
That's why it's a great discussion because because you say a bunch of names and then people will be like, oh no, it's this guy. Oh no, it's that guy.
Right.
And you know we could do that all day. You say Ricky Henderson. How about Cal Ripken?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because of the streak, I don't know, because he played so long, so well.
That's a rough one. Baseball.
Steve Carlton once traded dominant for years and loved the work ethic. Just saying, as a Phils fan. But see, a Phils fan's gonna say a Philly. Like a Phils fan will say Mike Schmidt or something.
Yeah.
Or Steve Carlton or Robin Roberts, or it goes on and on and on. You know what I mean?
There could be a couple guys in there if we didn't have this steroid era.
Right. And then do you disqualify all those guys so that you take Bonds out and you take McGuire and Sosa and Jose Canseco and all those guys out of the conversation? So then who do you have left? Like, so you kind of weed through that. And so if Bonds is out of the home run king, well, then the home run king was Hank Aaron. So you could say, you could argue he was, or, you know.
Yeah.
I think there'll definitely be a top 5 that they'll have. I don't think they're ever going to say this guy.
Well, that's my point, right? My point is that when you talk basketball, like if I ask my wife, who knows absolutely dick about basketball, who's the best basketball player of all time, she'll just guess Michael Jordan. Okay? She will. She'll just guess Michael Jordan because that name is synonymous with basketball. If I say the same question about hockey, she says Gretzky, even though she don't know who the fuck that is. Okay? Same thing. But with football, it's a little bit more of a debate, but because the Brady haters are out there and they call him a cheater and this, that, and the other thing. But he is referred to as the GOAT by many. That's why I'm bringing his name in as the GOAT of football. So that's one you could debate too. But baseball is the interesting question because it's all about fandom. It's all about, like, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say that like Anthony will sit here and tell me that Derek Jeter was the greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying? Or Mariano Rivera. Okay? Or something like that because he's a Yankees fan. That's the way it goes. Okay?
Right.
My point is, with baseball, it's such a wider spectrum.
Well, baseball is a team sport, but it's about, like, Michael Jordan made the players around him better. You can't really say that for baseball. You can cheer a player on and help them, but you can't really mentor.
Well, they have MVPs,
or, you know,
like, don't you think that there's certain guys on the Cardinals that make the rest of them better? Or, like, in my case, doesn't Harper make everybody around him better?
Yeah, but are we going up there and hitting for him? He's got to do it himself. You could cheer him on and do whatever, but he's going up there to hit the ball. Jordan
hitting is contagious.
Better by a pass, or, hey man, if you're open at the end of the game, I don't need to shoot it. If you're open, shoot the ball. You know, this isn't it. Baseball, you can't throw any player in there to have the last at bat.
Right.
So before we talk about Jeff Hardy, I'm going to leave it on baseball. And the Phillies are 9-1 after firing Joe Girardi. Coincidence?
No, you're still going to finish out of the playoffs.
You think so?
Yes.
Why?
The Braves are going to definitely run away with that division. I have a feeling.
I disagree with you.
You would.
I wouldn't count the Mets out either.
I see the pain in your eyes when you said that. Like,
there's no pain. Absolutely no pain. All right. Yesterday they found a new way to win. Like, before Girardi got fired, they were 9 games out of 500. They were 12.5 games out of the division. And they weren't even in the discussion for the last wild card spot because now they've added wild card spots. Now they're only 2.5 games out of that wild card spot, 1 game over 500. Yesterday they beat one of the best pitchers in baseball, and boy was he pissed. I don't know if you guys saw that when he got taken out of the game. He wanted to finish the game. He was at 111, 112 pitches, and he wanted to finish the game. He walks back-to-back guys. Don Mattingly pulls him, Phillies win.
Okay. So they're rallying around the coach. His first year, they're rallying around him. I understand that, but how much really effect does a coach on having the players play better?
That's true.
He's not changing the lineup.
I agree. He's messing around with the lineup. He's testing shit out. He's making decisions that Girardi wouldn't have done. He's taking pitchers out when Girardi would leave them in, or leaving them in longer than Girardi would. He has a fire in the clubhouse. You're right. A manager in baseball cannot make much of an impact on, it's you either have talent or you don't. The Phillies have a lot of talent, but a manager can become a negative in the clubhouse, and that's what Girardi was.
Okay.
Yeah, he had no energy left. He was just done. He was burned out. He's done. He's never going to manage again, mark my words.
He's got plenty of money. He really don't need to manage again.
And that's fine. My point is that I think they have a new purpose, and I don't know if it's Thompson or not. I just think that Thompson just was not Girardi. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what it was. It was, they all didn't like Girardi. Girardi's gone. Said, okay, no excuses now, boys. Let's see what you got, right? And they're trying to figure out who their closer is still, because Knebel looks great sometimes and then he's terrible other times, and now he's hurt. So now Sir Anthony Dominguez gets that shot. I still think they need a starting pitcher. Ranger Suarez is not a starting pitcher. I think he should be in the bullpen, or they should trade him. And I think they should trade Rhys Hoskins too, because I think Rhys Hoskins, they have a better option at first base. And Rhys Hoskins, although he's been hitting semi-decent this year, he might still be worth something as somebody's DH in some other team that needs him, and maybe give us another starting pitcher.
Yeah, I'd like to see what they do at the trade deadline. Maybe they can get somebody in there. It's just right now the way the Mets and the Braves are playing. I mean, you're not going to get a.
Well, yeah, the Braves have won 12. Right, the Braves are scary. They won 12 straight. I get you, but we got a series coming up with them. By the way, I'm going to Game 1 on Tuesday, the 28th.
So how is the Phillies' division record this year? How are they against the Mets and the Braves?
They've only played the Braves once. They took that series.
Okay.
The Mets have beaten them 4 out of, I think 4 out of 6.
Yeah,
something like that.
They need to finish 1-2 in that division because there's too many other teams.
But they're playing the Marlins right now, and the Marlins are usually a thorn in their side. So they beat them last night. Let's see what they do tonight. So they got to win series, and then after that, they got a 5-game series with Washington, including back-to-back double headers.
That's tough.
So we'll see. I'm excited because I wasn't excited or feeling great when they were 21-29. Now they're 31-30. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right. So Adrian, Jeff Hardy got arrested.
Yeah.
And
saw that.
The internet blew up, and everybody's bad mouthing him. And it's really got me pissed off because obviously you're going to jump on him and say, well, how many more times is this guy going to do this before he's dead? Okay. I get all that. All right. But Jeff Hardy has a problem. He needs help. And when somebody has a problem, somebody who has entertained me for 30 years of his life,
right?
And I've loved Jeff Hardy, the performer. I don't know Jeff Hardy, the person.
Right.
But you can see that obviously he has problems. Obviously, drinking is the main problem, but he might be in a lot of pain. How many times has he jumped off a ladder through a table? I'm sure that adds up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then some people are knocking Tony Khan and AEW for bailing him out and resuming his contract and promising him he's going to get the treatment that he wants. Hopefully, that's the truth. I want your thoughts on the whole thing, especially because you're a wrestler yourself.
It's easy for people to be like, and could make the comments that they make, like, oh, he's done, he shouldn't be there. You know, I can't believe he did this again. You said one of the most important things in that comment. Like, it hurts. Like, it hurts. Like, I need, just speaking personally, I need a surgery on each hip. I need, I was told to take time off to let, you know, the issue with my neck heal up. But as an entertainer and somebody who loves doing it, it's hard to stop. And so you find ways to try to deal with the pain. Is he doing it the smart way? No. Is that reason for people to jump down his throat? Absolutely not. You don't know what this guy's going through. You have no idea what he is going through physically. Hell, even as another wrestler, I don't know what he's going through physically. I know what I feel. I know how my body reacts. I know the stuff that I go through. Like, it's like my kids joke with me now. They say I get out of the car like an old man. Like, seriously, because I got to get out and I got to let my hips adjust.
Dude, I'm right there, man. I'm 46 years old. And I didn't wrestle. I wasn't any kind of athlete. Yeah. I mean, I was a baseball player when I was a kid, but
it's hurtful and it's shameful to see the way people, as much as they praise you, they wish on you, like how easy it is. Like, oh, I can't wait to see him hit rock bottom. Oh, I can't wait to he doesn't deserve this. He doesn't deserve that. How do you know what he deserves? We cannot judge somebody for the stuff that they're going through because we're not them. We don't know what they're going through. We don't know what kind of life. Yeah.
And Big Dave says it's easy for the keyboard warriors to criticize. I hope he gets the help he needs.
Yeah, so do I. Because I met him in person, and I tell you, he's a very down to earth and very fucking lovable individual.
I met him too. I met him at the Wind Creek Casino. Impact was doing a thing there, and a buddy of mine offered me a ticket. He had an extra ticket, and I just happened to sit front ringside.
Right.
I watched the Hardys wrestle and in an Impact ring, and then afterwards he was kind of walking around and shaking hands and talking.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, my opinion is the same as yours. We don't know him personally. We don't know what he's been going through personally. And it's easy to judge somebody who time after time after time, this addiction of his keeps coming back to haunt him. But obviously he's got demons that he needs working out. And thankfully he's got somebody like Tony Khan, because honestly, I think Vince McMahon would have cut him and got him the hell out of there and said, I'm done with you. You know what I mean? He would have turned his back on him.
They did.
I know.
When they thought
Twice.
They did. Yeah.
He did it to him twice. So Tony Khan wants to actually revive the guy and help the guy and get the guy through this. And I hope that happens for him. And I hope he finishes his career on his terms, not some other way, because he deserves that. He deserves that at all. Chris, you have any thoughts on this whole mess?
Yeah, I mean, he's actually one of my favorite wrestlers. I mean, I grew up watching him, and I understand he's been through a lot of things, but this is not the first, second, third, fourth. This is like the fifth or sixth time.
Right.
How many chances do you get? Rules are rules. You sign a contract saying you're not going to do things. You're being paid a lot of money not to do this stuff. I understand you have demons. I understand you have this. But enough is enough. He had a great career. He's a Hall of Famer in ADW. He's a Hall of Famer in WWE. I wish him the best, but how many chances do you get? In any other sport, you're gone after the first two.
Right.
That's what I don't understand. How many times he keeps coming. He comes back because he brings people into the stands. Because he is Jeff Hardy. That's what the name keeps bringing him back.
And with his brother, right? And with his brother, I mean, they're one of the best tag teams of all time.
Exactly. But I mean, my perspective is how many times? How many?
Well, like I said, that's different perspective. But like I said, you know, I hope I'm with Dave. I hope he gets the help that he needs, and I wish nothing but the best for Jeff Hardy. I obviously don't want him to end up, you know, where we're reading him where a headline where he doesn't survive one of these DUIs one of these times.
I think the video that they have of the incident, it's rough to watch.
Yeah,
have you seen it?
No, I refuse to
watch.
Yeah,
because it's a traffic stop. He's in his car.
Yeah,
and the police pull up on him, and immediately you see one cop. The first cop that gets out is on the passenger side. Gets out, looks in the car, draws his weapon. The next cop to come up, driver's side, weapon drawn. Then they get him out. And I'm like, seeing this, I don't care what your image is, what you thought your image was publicly, this is going to look really bad. This is going to look really bad. Because one, why did they have to draw weapons? And then the cops talked to him. He was like, hey, got a couple 911 calls about you. Do you know why that is? And he's just like, no. And he was like, you're weaving that out of traffic. You caused almost a couple of accidents. He was like, man, you could have got hurt. You could have hurt somebody. Like, and it's bad to see it. It's bad to see it, and it's rough, man, because like if it's because of physical pain that you know drinking's easier.
Well, I mean, I've dealt with addiction. Like I've dealt with family members of mine that have addiction, and it's
me as well.
Right. And it's hard to deal with as a family member. It's hard to deal with, and but sometimes it stems from pain. Like sometimes they have pain, whether it be physical or emotional or both.
Mm-hmm.
And then they find a way to escape that pain, and then they get addicted to the escape, which isn't real. Right. So, none of us, unless we've been there ourselves, can really understand the whole thing. But like I said before, I hope he gets the help that he needs before he dies, because I mean that's the end game here. The end game is one of these times he's going to be driving in a car and he's not going to survive it.
Right.
And I just hope that Tony Khan and AEW take care of him and get him in with the right people and get him sober, and that's all we really want. I could care less if he ever wrestles again. I just want him to be okay.
I think with the contract, to me, I think that's a bait and switch. That's a way to make sure he goes and gets help, because we're independent contractors, right?
Yeah,
we're independent contractors. So even though he has this problem, right? Was that stopping people from booking him on the indies?
Nope.
No.
Was that stopping him from going overseas and performing for different companies?
Would it stop people from booking Jake the Snake Roberts when he was at his worst?
Nope.
There you go. Like I said, I hope he gets the right people. I mean, I hope he gets the right people and gets the help he needs. So we're going to end the show with an old segment that we used to use called "What You Bingin'." What are you guys watching? Chris and I were just talking, Adrian, about a movie on Netflix called Hustle with Adam Sandler and Queen Latifah and Robert Duvall, and it's near and dear to my heart because it's Philadelphia 76ers, and it's shut up, whatever. But it's pretty cool.
It's not about Ben Simmons, right?
Did you see? No, it's not. Did you see it?
Yeah, actually, I did. It's pretty good.
You liked it?
Yeah. It's a pretty good movie. It's a pretty good movie. I liked it. I think Adam Sandler is he's getting into a different bracket of acting, and he's not getting a lot of credit because he's supposed to be the funny guy,
right?
But movie was good.
Well, you see, Netflix bought Happy Madison.
Yep, they sure did.
So now whenever Adam Sandler wants to make a movie, it goes straight to Netflix. It don't even make it to the theaters.
Nope.
No.
Because he signed this big, huge contract with them where if he wasn't, I mean, obviously he's already set for life, but he signed this big contract with them. So now everything he makes, whether it's funny or not, goes straight to Netflix.
Yeah, I just hope he can find that comedic spark he used to have. Because
well, I miss those movies, but I mean, you can't
be funny forever,
right? Well, not that, but you can't keep repeating the same stuff, like, you know what I mean? And he's running out of original ideas, and I believe this is his first movie set in Philly, because normally he does a movie where he's set in New York or like
but
Mr.
He had a movie not too long ago where it was him and RZA, where he was like a diamond dealer or whatever.
Yeah,
that was a pretty interesting movie. Like he's becoming he's not as bad as Nick Cage, but like he's gotten some Nick Cage qualities now where he's just like, hey, Adam, we got this idea for this movie. I'll do it. You haven't even heard the damn idea. Nah, I'll do it.
Chris, is there any cool shows you're watching lately?
No, I'm just watching the new movies as they come out. Like I watched the new Jurassic Park movie.
I saw it too.
I usually watch them a couple days before, and they come in clear because I fire stick everything.
Right.
And they come in completely clear. I like the new Top Gun. Not as good as the first one, but it was pretty good. I mean, but this Adam Sandler one I liked. I wish it would do more like this. I mean, I wish the NBA would send scouts out to find guys like this.
Right, that's awesome.
Almost like Blue Chips when they went and found Shaq playing down there.
I like that movie.
There's plenty of stars out there that play street basketball in different countries that can come to the NBA and be stars. You just have to find them.
That's awesome.
It was just awesome to be able to watch something like that. It was, and coming from where that guy came from,
right,
and everything that was very inspiring, man. It was great, inspiring movie that he had.
Yeah, it was a great movie. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Adrian, have you been watching any shows lately?
You know me.
I know. Well, did you watch Stranger Things?
Of course. I was waiting for that one. Yes, I did. Oh my God. I loved it. I loved it. I can't wait. I got hyped. I was taking like breaks at work on my phone at fucking 3:00 in the morning when I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. Be like, and I'm sitting up there. I'm getting hype off the episode and stuff like that, so I can drive home. Oh yeah. I've been watching the hell out of shit.
Did you get to see episode 7 yet?
Yeah, I didn't watch the.
Okay, all right. I didn't know how you got all the way there. So there's 2 more episodes, and they're dropping them on July 1st.
Only 2?
Only 2. They're ending the series.
Oh, I know, but I thought they were doing more than 2 more episodes.
No, it's 2. So they're dropping them both at the same time. Episode 8 is an hour and a half, and episode 9 is 2 hours and a half.
Okay, they're doing.
So it's basically a movie. It's basically a movie to finish the whole thing.
Right. Okay.
And also they're making I heard through the grapevine they're starting to make a Peaky Blinders movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there will be a Peaky Blinders movie.
I'm excited about that. As far as Disney Plus goes, have you seen Obi-Wan?
I didn't know I done watched Obi-Wan. Like, yes, I've watched Obi-Wan. You know what? I'm sorry. I had a nerdgasm. I don't know a lot of y'all know what that is, but that is just the best feeling as a nerd you can have. Like it is transcendent, is what I'm telling you it is, because I was watching it and then I'm just like, that's James Earl Jones.
Yes.
Wow.
And yeah, I touched
And Hayden
myself.
Christensen in the suit.
Yes, and I touched
and
myself.
Vader, and as soon as Vader, like the best part is Obi-Wan is sitting there looking out a window, and you're all waiting there, like what's going to happen, right? And all of a sudden you hear that Darth Vader breath, and then you see right, and then you see the lightsaber come out, and I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah. Ooh.
yeah, it was awesome.
It's yeah.
It's a good show. It's a good show.
Oh man.
I know Chris thinks we're a bunch of nerds right now, but
It's okay.
No, I just don't watch and binge watch like that. You know, I'm more a reality TV kind of guy. Like I'm ready for Big Brother to start, things like that. Big
you
Brother,
watch Big
Survivor.
Brother?
Yeah, I've watched it from the first season, just so they have Survivor. I mean, I'm excited for Cobra Kai. I can't wait for Cobra Kai to come back.
Oh,
Cobra Kai is awesome. Cobra Kai is awesome. Adrian loves Cobra Kai.
Yes, I do.
Cobra Kai is some good shit, man.
Yes, it is. Yes. It is.
Have you watched that Heels show, Adrian? The wrestling show? Yeah. Chris, you seen that?
Not
Heels?
yet.
No.
So good.
It's a good show.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. So that's our show for tonight, man. You got any recommendations that we didn't talk about, Adrian?
As far as TV shows,
About shows, because I take your recommendations and check out the first episode, and if I like it, I keep it going.
if you've got Apple TV, a show that I would recommend getting a chance to just to sit back and watch and be like, huh, it's called C.
What's it called?
C. S-E-E. C.
Oh, C. Okay.
Yeah. It is. I've been hearing I heard a lot of stuff about it, and I was like, all right. So, and since I got COVID for the second time, I sat down and I watched it. And I was like, okay. And I'm about to finish up season 2. And it's just, it's, you ever seen the movie, The Book of Eli?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Imagine everybody like Eli.
Yeah.
Fighting and everything.
Okay.
It is a good show. I like it. Like I sat down, like I said, I binge watched all that.
Well, Disney's working on Willow.
Yeah, I saw it. Oh man, I got happy when I saw that. I was like, this is one of my favorite movies as a kid.
Yes.
And I'm like, you know what I'm
an
not
80s
happy
movie.
about? You know what I'm not happy about?
What?
Val Kilmer's not in it.
Well, how can he be?
I'm just saying.
I know, but how can he be? I mean, he's not doing very well.
I know, but
I mean, I understand, I get it, but I mean, Val just can't do it no more.
I just want to see his face.
If you haven't seen that documentary on, I believe it's Netflix, on Val Kilmer, you should check that out. Chris, you should check that out. Talks a lot about Top Gun and that.
Yeah, I like Val Kilmer. He was in a lot of good movies.
Yeah,
there's a great documentary about his whole life, because he's got throat cancer now, so he's got to use a machine to talk, and it's sad to see, but it's also interesting how he feels about his whole career and everything like that. He talks about making the Doors and and Batman and all that stuff. So I highly recommend that. And
he was one of my favorite actors as a kid growing up because of the movie Real Genius.
Yeah, I remember that movie. That was a good one.
Yeah.
That's an 80s classic there.
Yes.
Yeah, where they make the professors house all filled up with popcorn.
And they put the microphone in the kids' filament.
Awesome.
God.
Good stuff. All right, guys. We're going to get out of here. Everybody watching, please subscribe. Please like our videos. Please share them out to show us some support. We're here each and every Tuesday at 7 to talk sports with you. Next week, we're going to talk about who won the Stanley Cup. We're going to talk about who won the NBA Finals. And we're going to get people ready for NBA training camp. NFL training camp. NFL training camp. By the way, my Philly, I was talking shit about my Phillies earlier. They're already down 4-0, so there's that.
Man, if you just got faith like I got faith, it'll be all right.
You give it about a month, and I'll say I told you so.
All right, shut up. I don't want to hear your mouth. All right. For Chris Vant and Big Adrian, I'm the Big Alboski. We're out of here.